Hey everyone, welcome to Running Retro. How's it going, guys? So we will be a little bit lower latency than normal because I wanted to make sure that we didn't have any quality issues with the actual games. So if you guys are saying something, it might take me a second in order to see your comments. I am sitting on the floor, so pardon the slightly odd way to do this. I didn't realize you needed to have a certain amount of, you needed to meet a certain metric before you could stream off of your phone. So I was originally just going to have my phone over here and do it that way, but unfortunately I can't, so I've set up my laptop with a webcam just to be able to sort of see what's going on. I'll actually turn this just a little bit more just so we can get the very corner of the thing. You will see cats pop in and out of here. They're actually both sitting next to me. I think they think this is cool and it's something neat and different. But this is the retro game library. I'll talk about it a little bit more here in a few minutes when we actually hit 12 o'clock. Then we'll start really going through it. What do you want? What do you want, Cat? Yeah, I know. Yeah. I can't change that latency right now, and I'd rather have it be more specific. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna have a cat join here. So we can add one cat to the game collection over there in the corner. Pepper, what are you doing? That's the kitty tunnel too. That's right underneath her. So that must be heaven for the cat. Kitty tunnel and getting to be in the corner. Let me make sure there's. Yeah, okay, good. All right. Just wanted to make sure that there were actually no comments in chat. So for some reason, sometimes if I don't refresh the page, I can't see comments. She's dangerous to play with. Hey, Filippo, how's it going, man? How's your day? Welcome to my retro collection. As I said, guys, there is a little bit more lag between me and you than normal, just because I wanted to make sure we didn't have any video issues with going through the collection. So that's just be aware. Be very aware. So I'll get started here at noon sharpish. I just want to make sure that everyone has a chance to get here and settle in. I hope you're all well. We've got a few people here.
You get a live audience.
And we've got two cats. Two cats joining in.
Too.
Say what?
Maybe retro or crawling, you might not do
Yeah.
too.
Hey, Aaron. Gee, thanks. Yeah, I got a copy of Battletoads. So as I said, there is going to be a little extra lag between you guys and I, just because of I wanted to make sure that this was all clear. So yeah, we'll go through it though. We'll go through it here in a second. Actually, let's get started. So we're about there. So yeah, guys, I do have more games than what you see here, but this is just my retro collection. The Wii, in my opinion, doesn't fit into the retro collection, but honestly, I'm out of room. And yeah, as Aaron pointed out, I am pretty tired, so do pardon that. But It's what it is. Babies keep you up. So I don't consider the Wii part of the retro collection, and they will get removed when I get Rome to actually remove them. But until I actually have time, we actually made this shelf. So yeah, this is our own construction, and it works pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. The movie collection and the anime collection is above this. We have 6 bookshelves full of books.
5.
So there's
Nope. Yeah,
6, isn't it?
5.
3, 4, 5. 5. We got rid of one. Right. That was a difficult task. So let's just jump right in. Here's what I'm going to do. We're just going to go through all of the games. Some of these I don't have too much of a story behind because they aren't, I picked them up, I found a good deal, I couldn't resist it, that kind of deal. But at the end of the day, all of these are here for either I thought they would be a good thing to play for the stream, or I just thought they were good for the collection, or they've got a sentimental value to me. If they don't have a sentimental value to me, then I'm going to skim over them. Obviously, we've got a lot to do. I'm going to start just from the left, and we're just going to go through all of them. A lot of the Super Famicom games I have because of price, or because I want to actually brush up my written Japanese and take a look. So the big one to start off with is Super Mario Bros. 2 Japan, and I bought this specifically for the Getting Good, but Lost Levels is my favorite Super Mario. The Super Mario World is a close second, and Super Mario 3 is really good, but I haven't played enough of Super Mario 3 to care about it as much as most people do. When I played it on the Getting Good, it was sweet, and I loved it. But that's just Super Mario Bros. 2 is Japan is probably my favorite Mario game, frankly. Hey, Thumb. Hey, Dead in Sight. Appreciate it, guys. So, for the Famicom games, since I only have a few Famicom games, we'll just go through them. You guys know about the Japanese copy of Castlevania 3. So Aaron actually mentioned to me that the soundtrack was a lot different on this, and I'd never played it. So I looked for a copy, and just found a copy for a really good price from Canada, and picked it up. So I do want to do a repeat of the Getting Good, but play it on this and try and get even, because I actually think it's a better balanced game. There's more on that at some other point. I do want to talk about it a bit, but that's a future story. But I do have this. We are going to play this. Dragon Quest IV, I just found it. It was dirt cheap. I found it. I couldn't resist it. I picked it up. There's not too much of a story behind that, other than I have a lot of the old Dragon Quest games, and I want to play a lot of them. So this one, I just want to play it on original cart. What I'll do is I'll dump the ROM, which actually I've already done, and then I'll put a translation patch on it and play it that way. But it's that's not much to say about that. Ninja Gaiden 3. We saw this on stream, played it on Getting Good. I picked this one up just for you guys. So that is yeah, fair enough. The one I really want to play is 5. 5 is the one I'm obsessed with, but more on that later. Super Mario Bros. 1, because you gotta have it if you're gonna have a Nintendo system. How can you have a Nintendo system and not have Super Mario Bros. 1? So I'm obsessed. If I'm gonna have a system, I want like the original main launch titles in just about every single format I can get them. So that's just a personal obsession. I love the fact that Super Mario Bros. 2 USA is pink. This thing just shows off way too much. It's really funny though. I'm gonna move this a little bit so the glare isn't that bad. Super Mario Bros. 2 USA, and last but not least, Super Mario Bros. 3, which, as I understand it, the Japanese version is actually a lot harder because you don't go from big to like if you have Fire Flower, you go to big instead of to small. But we'll have to play that sometime just to see if we can beat it with the raised difficulty, because I did manage to beat the Getting Good. We 100%ed it, so I don't know how much of a difference that would make. I imagine a pretty big difference, though. Alright, let's get into the meat of it, though. So, obviously, Nintendo and Super Nintendo are my jam. The Sega stuff, I've got a reasonable amount. I mean, it goes from here to here. So, can't see it, like right here. So yeah, that's a thing. But let's start digging in. So Batman. I played the Game Boy version of this, and I never played the actual Nintendo game. I had seen it played by friends, but hadn't actually played it myself. So I picked this up purely for the channel. It's not that expensive. It's just one of those things I was like, you know what? This is a good game. People know it, and I should have it to play for Getting Good sometime. So there's a little bit of a sneak peek of something that's coming for Getting Good. I've tested it. It feels really, 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 really fun. Oh yeah, no, Aaron, if you're wanting kitties, there's a kitty in here, right here, the goober. And there's a kitty in the corner. Battletoads. Okay, Battletoads actually does have a story for me. So when I was a little kid, one of my good friends actually had Battletoads, and I played and beat the first 2 levels of it. I never actually got to the hard level where on the bike. I never played that, but yeah, it's one of those things that I played the first couple levels. I remember loving it, and every time I could pick it up and play it at his house, I would pick it up and play it. So when I wanted an excuse to pick up a copy, and Getting Good in the near future is the perfect excuse for this. So Battletoads is one of those that I love, but I'm sure it can ruin that love. We'll find out. Bionic Commando is one of my buddy's favorite games, and he's played a lot of it. He talks about it a lot. He basically complains that I don't have a copy of it a lot too. So I found a copy, and I figured it too would be a good game for Getting Good. I played this one a lot in my childhood as well. Again, only like the first level or 2. All of these games I played at friends' houses, so I never got to play for more than 30 minutes at a time, maybe, before parents were like, okay, off system, go do something else. So all of this stuff, unfortunately for me as a kid, I loved them, but my impression is all from the beginnings of the game, and I've never had opportunities to really go back and explore them. So we will play Bionic Commando. I actually have the stream scheduled already, so it's coming. It's coming. I got a neat little group of Getting Goods with Bionic Commando.
With parents cutting screen time since the dawn of video games, right?
Pretty much. Blaster Master. Played this as a kid too. Never really got into it too much. But I found it for like $2. I was like, okay, Blaster Master for $2. Sure, yeah, why not? Like, it's kind of iconic. I should probably put that in the collection. Super Nintendo's and Genesis are really what I collected. So my Nintendo collection I've built in the very recent past. So what we're going to be doing for this Getting Good, so we're going to do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Battletoads, and Bucky O'Hare. After that, we're going to do Bionic Commando, Journey to Silius, and then Blaster Master. So that's going to be the Getting Good following. So I really picked this up for the Getting Good, and yeah, I mean, it's a great game. I love this game. Again, I've only played a little bit of it, but here's a little bit of the cream of the crop. Here's my copy of Bucky O'Hare. So I just picked that up not too long ago. And I took a chance on an eBay seller just to see if I got lucky. And as you can see, guys, this cart is clean. I'm really, really happy with this. I've wanted to play this since I saw it advertised in a comic book as a little kid. So I am unbelievably excited to play this. It's sort of the same as Kid Cool, so hopefully it's not like Kid Cool. But reading all of these comic books of the late 80s, early 90s as a kid is going to kill me video game wise. But there's the copy of Bucky O'Hare. You guys have already seen these, so I will skim over them a little bit. But there's my Castlevania collection. So Castlevania 1, 2, and 3. And we've actually already played all of these on Getting Goods. Castlevania 2, actually, Aaron did a chat-guided walkthrough for me. So thank you, Aaron. Shout out to you as well. And then the only one we didn't beat was Castlevania 3. So we do need to come back to this. I feel bad that I've never beaten Castlevania 3, even though I know how hard that game is. This was another one of those, same guy who had... Actually, no, my bad, different friend. I had two main friends as a kid who had Nintendos and that we played on. But this was the one that got me really into Nintendo games. So actually, Castlevania by itself is probably one of the most influential games for me as far as old influences. Contra and Super C. We have beaten both of these. So I actually started with Super C and then came into Contra. So I went, a buddy of mine, I must have been 5 or 6, and a buddy and I went to the movie rental place, and instead of renting the movie, we rented a game. And I had heard of Contra as a kid, and had never played it. So we picked it up and ended up accidentally getting Super C and not really understanding what was going on. And we got our butts handed to us. So, yeah. So Mega Man 2 was the first game I streamed, Dale. And then the first Getting Good that was like jumping into a new foray was Contra. Then I did Super C, and then I think Castlevania after that. So it was one of the first. Of franchises, I think it was the second real series that I did. Chrysalis, I picked up on recommendation. We played it on recommendation, and on my recommendation, it should go back on the shelf. Enough said about this game. Now, I do like Chrysalis. It is worth playing, but there's better, I think. Double Dragon. So I like Streets of Rage. I don't like Double Dragon. It is a game I think should be in the collection, and it is a game I think we should play. I refuse to buy 2 or 3, but so be it. We will play this at some point. I have no idea what it will fit into. I have no idea where it will go in the mix or how we're going to fit it in. So I haven't tinkered with it really. Dr. Mario. This is for my wife. She loves Dr. Mario, and she's better at it than I am. So, fact, Xanadu was a recommendation from a buddy of mine, and he just thinks it's really, really good, and it's really cheap, so I picked it up, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll give it a shot. This was back when I first got the Nintendo, so I haven't owned a Nintendo for very long. In fact, I've owned the Super Nintendo for a long time, I've owned the Sega Genesis for a long time, but for the most of that, I have not had an original Nintendo, so what you see is kind of a recent addition because I got the console. But we're gonna play this on stream again. I don't know when. I know it's a little bit grind heavy, but that actually people haven't seemed to mind the grind as much as I thought people would mind the grind. So we'll do it. I think it's probably good for a Friday, but I don't know. I got to figure out exactly where that fits in. The original Final Fantasy, because you gotta. I don't know if we will ever play this on stream. I suspect we probably will, but it's going to be a long time before I start doing Final Fantasies. I love Final Fantasy. I love the series through 9. I don't really care after 9, but I'm just not going to worry about Final Fantasy for a while. It's been done. People have seen it, and it can kind of go the way of the dodo on the channel for a while, and then we'll pick it up, and when we pick it up, we'll do it right. But I do want to stay away from that to do things more like Phantasy Star, Shining Force, Lufia, that kind of stuff, before we get into the classic Final Fantasies. Hey, Jamie, how's it going? So, Friday the 13th. If Zombie is around, he will be excited about this. And in fact, I got this because of Zombie. So, we will be playing this on October 30th, and we will be playing Altered Beast on October 31st. So, that's a thing that's happening. That's why I own this game. I don't know anything about this game. Literally, I got it because of Zombie. So, there you go. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it, man. As I said, I'm going to keep going pretty fast here because of because of how many games we've got, and we've still got our regular stream. Gargoyles Quest 2. I played the original Gargoyles Quest for the Game Boy and loved it. Had never played this, so when I found a copy of it, I had to pick it up. I can't wait to play this. We will do a Getting Good series, I think, of Gargoyles Quest 2, and Demon's Crest. But I'm not sure it can be fit into no, I don't have PAL. Aaron has mentioned it as well, I think. Or did you mention it? Somebody's mentioned that game other than you, I think. But anyway, so Gargoyles Quest 1, 2, and Demon's Crest. I'm going to try for a Getting Good. Although Demon's Crest just doesn't necessarily lend itself to that. So we may have to do like a 2-weeker on that or something. I don't know. I haven't quite figured out how and why. Which is one of the reasons that I haven't done it yet. You guys saw this recently. Ghosts and Goblins. Love it. Love to play it. And won't play it for a while because I'm kind of burnt out on this one specifically. Journey to Silius. I bought this for the soundtrack, guys. This soundtrack is so good. How can you not love this soundtrack? So yeah, this is actually, I purchased it for the Getting Good for the one of the next series. So we will tear into Journey to Silius and Bionic Commando and Blaster Master, and it just seemed too perfect in the theme to avoid. I am pretty happy with my copy. I gotta there's a little glue on the front there. I gotta get that glue off, but I haven't found a way to do that consistently that I like. So that's the thing. Karnov was the second Nintendo game I ever played, and so the moment I got an original Nintendo, I wanted to get a copy of Karnov. This game we will play on a Friday. I love this game. It's a bad game, but it's so much fun, and it's so entertaining to play. I don't know, there's just something about Karnov that you just can't. It's great. That buddy who kept playing Nintendo games, he had Kid Icarus. So Kid Icarus is a personal favorite. We played it on a Friday not too long ago. I love this game. I will never stop loving this game. It gets to be complete nonsense later on. Well, the first playthrough early on, and then the later playthroughs later on. But this game is so much fun. It holds a special place in my heart. This is one that when I'm not streaming, I just pull this out and play it from time to time. I look at it on the shelf, and I just get this feeling of affection for it. I have to play it. Kid Cool, enough said. Give it a try, man. Go back and, beat it and go on it through a new game. And it's really fun on the new game. But Kid Cool, I picked up because I had seen the comic book ads for it as a kid, thought it looked so neat, and wanted a copy always. So now I have a copy, and I've played it. We will take this, and yeah, Jamie, I do. I really do. But I ain't gonna stop, man. I'm too stubborn. But yeah, Kid Cool is one of those. We'll come back and we will beat this. We are gonna do it, but not soon. Zelda 1 and 2. My Zelda carts. Well, my Zelda 2 cart. My Zelda 2 cart is in crappy condition. I'd like to get a better one, but they're kind of pricey, and I already own one. So why would I? Why would I not? Why would I get another copy? Actually, my Zelda 1 cart's in pretty bad condition. Now, these gold carts look so bad when they wear, but thank you, Camp. Appreciate it, man. Welcome. So yeah, it's just one of those things. You gotta have the gold carts if you're gonna have these, in my opinion. And I love both of these games. I need to play more of both of them, just because I like them. But it's. I mean, of course, one of the first things that I saw was Link to the Past. Was the original Zelda. Thank you, Celestial. So, Little Nemo, the Dream Master, we played this recently, well, relatively recently. This is starting to get a little bit older on the channel now, I guess. But Omega, welcome. So, Little Nemo is one of my favorite games. Oh, Zombie, I mentioned it earlier. I got this, and the reason I own this cartridge is because of you. So, just so you know. This is for you, man. Yeah, Little Nemo is one of my favorite games of all time. I love this game. I think it's, after having played it on it getting good, it's just so good. Like, how can you not? How can you not love this game? It's so pretty. The music's great. The gameplay is fun, so forth and so on. But it's, yeah, I love that. So this one's kind of cool. I'm going to do it in a chunk. Mega Man 1 through 6. Whoop. Get that in focus. So it's kind of hard to get that in focus. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Mega Man 1 through 6. So I found this entire collection in an eBay auction for $85. I think it was. I think it was 85. So all 6 Mega Man games in one shot for $85. You just can't. You just can't just not do that, man. So all right, for Dale, because this is his favorite. Mega Man 1. So I had not played a bunch of Mega Man 1 before before I own... Well, I played a little bit, because I have the collection on the GameCube, but I hadn't played it on Original Cart until recently. Mega Man 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. This thing is a masterpiece. I love it. I will play it forever. And, I will just never, ever stop playing this game and loving it. It might be my favorite original Nintendo game, period. Just like hands down, I love Mega Man 2. So there's my spiel on that. Mega Man 3 I hate with a fiery passion. It's a great game, but I just don't know about it. But it's one of those things that I like it. I don't like the lag, and I like Mega Man 2 so much more, and I don't like the slide, but Mega Man 4 we just played recently. It's fun. I like it. I will play it again. I don't have too much of an opinion because I haven't played very much of it. Mega Man 5, liked it. Didn't like it as much as 4. It seemed like I can see why people say that the series is going downhill after that, after 4. And then Mega Man 6, which we will play next Friday after we finish the Link to the Past races. So there is the Mega Man collection. If you guys thought that Ninja Gaiden 2 tilted me, you didn't see the actual effect that this game had. This was a fun game. I have now played it and beaten it 14 or 15 times. But oh man, do I have a love-hate relationship with Metroid. It is one of those games that is... I love the franchise, and I love the game, and I probably never want to play it again at the same time. The way that everything feels like it's ice physics just cheeses me off so bad. And the hitboxes are just abysmal. So for like when you got the screw attack and you get hit anyway, that sort of stuff, and getting hit through doors. But anyway, I do have a copy. I love it. It is cherished, but ugh. You are all aware of Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3. I love this game. I freaking hate this game. And I love this game. So, yeah, I love Ninja Gaiden as a series. Hey, Joaquin, welcome, man. So, pardon it, I'm going to keep going because we've got a lot of games to go through, and we still have our 2 o'clock stream. So I want to make sure that we get there fast, or with enough time for me to set up for that, because I have the game over here that we're gonna play. But Omega, I mean I can't help that, man. I'm sorry, but no, I'm just kidding. I can respect it, guys. I can see why people like Ninja Gaiden 2. It's just for me, it hits all the wrong buttons. But that doesn't mean it's bad. But I love this series, and we will probably play more of it, actually. I want to do more with the series. Just recently picked this up, just for fun. So, yeah, we will play Punch-Out. I like Punch-Out more than I like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. So, that's just a personal preference. So I finally found a copy of this that looked good. And I'm actually pretty happy with the quality of that cartridge. Rygar we picked up and played. I got this based off of a recommendation from Dale. So that's the reason I own this. So Dale, this one was for you. It was a really, really fun game. We need to go back and play more of this. I don't know how or why we would, for like we've already played it through, but I feel like there's something more to be done with Rygar, because it's way too much fun. Snake Rattle and Roll. To be honest, the only reason I own this game is because I loved the Game Boy version. Hey, Ingeniouses, welcome, man. So, I love the Game Boy version, so I picked up Snake Rattle and Roll for the original NES. Again, because of Dale, Solstice, and Solomon's Key, we will play both of these on stream. I am horrible at these kind of games, so there will probably be a new series that is just me playing games that I suck at, and you guys can come and laugh at me for not being good at this stuff. Solomon's Key I am very interested in, and I kind of can't wait to play. Solstice I'm looking forward to, but I think it's going to be one of those things that I have a lot of trouble getting into because of the 3D nature of it. I hate that. It's why you don't see a copy of Marble Madness on this list, because I suck at that 3D stuff so bad. This one is for Aaron. Star Tropics. So I picked up Star Tropics because Aaron recommended it. I mean, it's recommended in general, but we will play this on a Friday at some point. We might do it on 2 Fridays, but yep, no, we are going to come to Star Tropics. I don't know that much about it. So for my first Nintendo, I traded a 6-pack of beer for it, this cartridge, and this cartridge. So you guys tell me if you think 1 pack of Newcastle was worth a Nintendo, 2 controllers, all the original hookups, and these 2 games. I offered more. I said, look, dude, that's not what it's worth. It's worth a lot more than that. So I'll give you more. But he insisted a 6-pack of Newcastle for all of that stuff and this. So there we go. But because I had this, and I've never had a copy of the original, this just arrived in the mail like 3 days ago. So I now have a copy of the original Mario Brothers without Duck Hunt. I had to. And then I had to get Super Mario Brothers 2 as well. So there's the Super Mario collection. We've got one with Duck Hunt, one without, and then the rest. Yeah, basically a $10 6-pack of beer, Omega, for an original Nintendo, Super Mario 1, Super Mario 3, the light gun, 2 controllers, original power supply, and something else. So yeah, that was I'll take it. I love this game. I have huge happy memories of this game. I know it's insane and it's really, really hard, but I can't wait to play this again on the Getting Good. I can't wait to get absolutely crushed by this thing. This, Battletoads, and Bucky O'Hare are going to be a trilogy that test me hard and test my skills hard. But man, I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't even care whether it's good or not. I just like it. I do have a copy of Turtles 2 as well. This one's really stained. I'm really, really, really unhappy about the copy of this game that I have, but I just can't justify buying another copy because I actually own it. Oh, that's sweet, Omega. And then, this was a game that a friend of mine owned, and I probably played this more than anything. So I don't know the Konami code because of this game. Because the Konami code is, instead of up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right, BA start, it was AB start. And this thing, I love it, but it killed my knowledge of the Konami code, so that sucks. But so these two specifically, I don't know I don't know when we will play them, but they'll be on the channel at some point. I kind of want to do a two-player thing with my wife and call it Friendly Fire, because she gets me killed more than any enemy in any game. We were playing Super Mario Bros. Wii U Deluxe, and she managed to game over me in the first minute and 15 seconds by jumping on my head and popping me into pits. Like, I just... it's so bad. But, yeah, Omega, that code change was the thing. Because my wife loves it, so I picked up Dr. Mario and Tetris. So this is the game for the wife. Hey, Felipe, welcome, man. On high recommendation, I purchased Willow. I have never played this game, and I want to play this. I just want to play this. It looks really fun. It looks really cool. It comes very highly recommended. So we need to play this on the channel sometime, but I have no idea when we will. I don't know where it fits in. So this is like maybe a thing of Xanadu, Willow, a few of these that I don't know where they fit in. We'll just do like a jumble pile of them. And, yeah. But, yeah, Zombie. And that's why I don't remember my Konami code. I remember my blood code, ABACABB. But, yeah. Alright, I'm going to try and figure out how to do this because the GBA games do not like to stay upright. So I'm going to try and keep this contained. Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge. This may seem familiar from yesterday. So I love this game. This was one of the ones that I had for my original Game Boy, and it was one of the first games that I ever played, but I shared the Game Boy with some other friends. So they had it half the time, and then I just never really got a chance to play too far through it until we beat it yesterday. So again, one of those things that I played one level a lot and got really good at, so level 1, and the muscle memory is stuck even to this day. So, you know, it's stuck for, what, 25 years or something like that? Maybe, yeah, 25 years is probably a reasonable guesstimate. But yeah, I love this game. I'm so happy to have a copy. This isn't my original copy. I had to hunt one down, but I have had this for a while, and it is amazing. Final Fantasy Adventure, because we're going to play this at some point. We're going to do a Secret of Mana series run, or a Sega Densetsu run. So this is going to be part of that. I also have Secret... Well, we'll get to that in a moment. We'll get to that in a moment. Gargoyle's Quest. Played as a kid, did not know what it was. Found it not too long ago, got reminded of it, and then went and found a copy of Demon's Crest and Gargoyle's Quest 2. We will play all three of these, probably as a getting good, but we might do a Friday series for it instead, because I just find them super fun, and I want to play them all until I beat them. So, yeah, we will pick up Gargoyle's Quest and Gargoyle's Quest 2 soon. Kid Icarus for the Game Boy. I actually did not know this existed until Zombie pointed it out. Thank you, Zombie. I appreciate it, man. I really do. I don't know. I don't know. Castlevania games always make me feel not good at gaming, but but yeah. So Zombie told me this existed, and I could not resist it. So that's a thing. Zelda Link's Awakening. Zombie, this one is something you'll really like. So I have had this for a little bit. I'm working on a video series, and this is part of it. We'll get to that later. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but yeah, that's the reason I found and picked up this cart. And I've grown a lot more fond of Link's Awakening when I started. Metroid 2, I have had this cartridge since release. This is the original cartridge I owned when it first came out on the Game Boy, and I have had it ever since. This is the only game of mine that has lasted from the original collection. So, yeah, it is one of my favorite games of all time. I think it Personally, I think it is the best Metroid game. It is my favorite, hands down. Super Metroid was great, but I didn't play it for a long time, so I didn't really get into it. But Metroid 2, this game is unreal. And being able to play it on the Super Game Boy, it's only better. So for a while when I was living in Boston, this was the only game I owned. I did not have anything else. I didn't have anything on the computer. I didn't have anything. It's just, I just had this. That's it. And I love this game. So, yeah. Sneaky Snakes. So if you look on my Twitter, sometimes you'll see a guy named John Chapman. He helped me find this game and figure out that Sneaky Snakes and Snake Rattle and Roll were like the Nintendo port and the Game Boy port. I loved this game as a kid. I couldn't remember what it was. Went back and played it just for fun after we finished something on a stream. And it's a lot of fun. I really want to do more of it. I like Sneaky Snakes more than I like Snake Rattle and Roll because I hate the 3D. But, yep. No, that's a favorite. I'm going to go through these fast. But Super Mario Land for the Game Boy. First game I ever beat all the way through, actually, I think. And I have NDR'd it. So, yeah, that's a thing. Not that it's that hard. Super Mario Land 1, Super Mario Land 2, and Super Mario Land 3. We will be doing a series of all three of these games. We might do them as a Getting Good. We might do them as a Friday series. But we are going to play Super Mario Land 1, 2, and 3, because all three of these games are stupidly fun. They are so good. They are so good. I cannot speak highly enough. And they're not loved nearly enough. And then this one I got for Dynamite Dom. So we will be playing this after we finish Shining Force. I know it's Game Boy Color, but it's a Game Boy cartridge, so it fits in, man. So I got this literally for Dom. Found a copy of it for a reasonable price, quite cheap, and was like, okay, people seem to think it's one of the best. So, yep, that's. There's not much to say about it because I don't know much about it. All right, Omega, the next one's for you, man. These next few are for you, actually. Hold on a sec. Game Boy Advance cards are a pain to deal with. Hold on a second. All right. I'm going to have to pick up the pace here a little bit, guys. Castlevania, Aria of Sorrow, Circle of the Moon, and Harmony of Dissonance. We will play all three of these. We will play all three of these sometime in the near future. But, yeah, no problem, Joaquin. We will play them. I love them. I love them a lot. I love Aria of Sorrow the most. This is my favorite, but I love all three of these games. We will play them on the channel. But because Omega has played them recently and a couple other people have played them recently, I don't want to play them right now. I want to give them a little bit of time, and we'll come back when they've had a little time to cool down. And yep, this is we're into GBA. So that is a thing that is happening. You can get your hype ready. Final Fantasy V, just because it is the English translation, and I have to have it. Final Fantasy V is my favorite Final Fantasy by a million miles. So this was just so I could play it in English. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Again, I don't want to do Final Fantasy anytime particularly soon. So, Fire Emblem and Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. I just picked these two up. So we will also get to these. We will get to these soon. Well, we'll get to Fire Emblem soon. It will take us a while to get through the rest of the series. So this is just like, just you wait, Thumb. Just you wait. So we will get to that series, but that will be a little bit. I don't know too much about it, so I can't say too much. Link's Awakening DX. So if I have the Game Boy version, I gotta have the GBA version. So this is another one, and I've got the Switch version as well. So we will go through all releases of some games. That's a series that I'm going to do where we will play all of these series. And, or like, not all the series. Every remake of a game. So we'll play the Game Boy, we'll play the Game Boy Advance, and then we'll play the Switch. And I'll stream all of them back to back. And we'll talk about I'm going to call the series Through the Ages. And it will just be, that's what it'll be. Every release of a game, we'll play all of them, and then we'll talk about it. So that's a series that is coming up. Obviously, it's quite time-consuming, so that's a thing. But Metroid Zero Mission and Metroid Fusion. I have not played either of these very much. I've been able to dabble with them, but not actually get into them. The only way I'm going to get through them is to stream them. So I don't know when, I don't know how. Well, I know how, but I don't know when, but this is another one of those. We'll go on another Metroid kick for a little bit, and we'll take those on. Mega Man and Bass, because I have the Super Famicom cart, but I wanted a copy in English, and I wanted to be able to play this. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it, man. We're only like a quarter of the way through. I got to speed up, but we got a lot more to go. But I just wanted to have an English copy of this. I have the Super Famicom, but I didn't want to dump the ROM and play it on an EverDrive, so that's the thing. Pokemon Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire. I had Ruby at the recommendation of somebody else, and then I realized that Emerald is supposed to be the best of the three, and then since I had Ruby and Emerald, I figured I might as well pick up Sapphire, and I found it dirt cheap, so yeah. We're getting there, Ace. The next thing to go through is the Super Famicom, so I'm going to tear through the Super Famicoms, though. Sword of Mana in... Whoops. Kind of hard to align that to the camera. Sword of Mana in English and in Japanese. I kind of want to play both of these. And yeah. I don't know, man. I've never played any Mega Man games, so Mega Man. Yeah, that's Dale's problem. I've never played any Pokemon games, so I don't know whether I like them or not. And Tales of Phantasia, because I really wanted to play the original Tales, and this seemed like the best way to try it, and it wasn't that expensive, so I was like, well, this is a good way to test out the Tales series. I've played some of the later stuff, but figured this was a pretty good opportunity. All right, let's get into some of the meat. So, we'll start this off. Super Bomberman 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All of them. I want to play all of them. And yeah, this is going to be super fun. I really kind of want to play with somebody else. But we're going to go through the 5 Bombermen and just goof off to no end, because these games are fantastic. And yeah, we will do that on stream. Oh, wait, Ace, you're going to like this one. This is my Japanese copy of Chrono Trigger, brand new from the box. Brand new from the box. Still have the box for $10. $10. How could you ever turn that down? I saw it. I bought it. That was it. $10. Yep. Nope. I'll find a way. I'll sell a kidney for $10 just to get that. Quesadilla Padilla, welcome, man. Good to see you. We're just trying to steam through some of these games so we can make sure that the stream starts on time. The normal stream starts on time. So yeah. All right. Dragon Quest 1 and 2, Dragon Quest 3, Dragon Quest 5, and Dragon Quest 6. So, we will be dumping these ROMs, slapping on a fan translation, and going to town. So yeah, I have Dragon Quest... I guess I just have Dragon Quest 1 through 6, because I don't have anything after that. So, we have 1 through 6. For the RPGs, that should be a fun time. And as I understand, these have some pretty good quality of life changes. So, yeah, that's the thing. And Quesadilla Padilla, that's exactly why I own the Famicom cards. Some of these things are just too expensive. Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6 on the Super Famicom. Because, yes, why not? 5 is my favorite game. The only way I could find 5 in a good condition that I wanted to purchase it in was in a group of all 3, and this entire group was $7. So, yes. Yes, please. We will play all of these. I mean, we're going to play pretty much everything I'm showing you eventually. Link to the Past 1.0 Japanese Cart. This is what you guys see me speedrun on. It was also CIB, and I also got it for $10. So, yeah, can't resist that. This is one of my most prized possessions. I love this cartridge. Not my most prized, I'll get to that, but one of them. Rockman 7, because who can afford the American cart, guys? I love Mega Man 7. I cannot afford $200 though. Just, oh man. Just no. I'm not paying $200 for this thing, but I will pay $15 for the Japanese version. So, yep, that's the thing. And then here's the Mega Man and bass for the Super Famicom. We could really play it on the Super Famicom, and I think it's better than that. But oh, sweet Quesadilla, that's a great deal, man. But you know, it's what it is. Whoop! Everything's gonna fall. Mega Man Soccer, because I can. It's not worth buying the American cart because it's too expensive, and I just wanna play it, honestly. So yeah, that's that. That's all I got. It's fun, and it'd be fun. Dale loves Mega Man. If I can talk him into coming over and doing a stream with me after all this nonsense cools down, then we'll do that. Rockman X 1, 2, and 3. So I have these. I have the English versions. We'll get to those. But I have these because I like to speedrun them. So that's it. Zombie, you lucky jerk. No, that is really cool. Like, congratulations on that, man. That game is sweet. Whoops. So, as many of you may know, Secret of Mana 3, Sega Densetsu 3, is my favorite game for RPGs. It may not be, like, the absolute top, but it and Final Fantasy V definitely vie with each other. So I have Seiken Densetsu 2 and 3, because this is the only way I could get Seiken Densetsu 3, so I got it. I do have the Switch trilogy, but love these games, guys. Love these games. We will play this on channel sometime. I just need to figure out how I want to do it. Star Ocean, because this game is great, and it's the only copy that it's the it's just, yeah, well, I gotta have a copy of Star Ocean. That's it. That's the beginning and the end of that. That one was CIB as well, by the way. Omega and Thumb, I know you guys will like this. Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2, and Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So there's the series. The reason I picked this up was I was actually trying to organize before everything hit in the U.S. I was trying to organize a fighting game tournament around here. I used to run a pizza joint downtown, and they have seats for like 400 people, and that would be one of those things where I could do that there. But unfortunately, yeah, that didn't happen because COVID hit. So, Super Metroid. Funny thing about the Super Metroid, about this Metroid game, if you open this up, it is the exact same as the English cart. And since you can swap between English and Japanese on the cart, they are literally just a different plastic shell. But yeah, that's it. So if you have this, you have Super Metroid in as far as the American version goes as well. You just have a different case for it. Alright, now we're going to get into the meat and one of my favorite systems. The Super Nintendo. ActRaiser. Not enough people love this game. It deserves way more affection than it gets. This game is amazing. If you have not played it, go play it. It's not the best of any of the genres that it does, but it's very good at all of the genres that it does. And it's like... it's funny. It's just worth checking out. We will play that on channel sometime. I don't know quite where to fit it in, though. So, Breath of Fire and Breath of Fire 2. I have never actually played Breath of Fire 2, so we need to play that. I obviously have played Breath of Fire, and we will tear through Breath of Fire 2, and we will also do a sweetened, condensed version of that game. Although, almost every single one of those videos got a copyright strike on it, so... not strike, a copyright claim on it, so that's a thing. Castlevania 4, you guys saw me play this on the Getting Good. I love this game. There's really nothing bad you can say about this game. It's just too good, and it's something that you kind of have. Oh yes, we're getting there. It's all alphabetical if you haven't figured this out. So yeah, gotta love it. Clay Fighter, because it's a weird obsession of mine. I'll leave it at that. I love Clay Fighter. And yeah, that's a thing. Hey, BFG. So this is my original copy of Chrono Trigger. So I was the poor kid at the rich school, and at school, one of my buddies had the Super Nintendo, and he had just gotten a PlayStation, and we'll get to it in a second. But he had Killer Instinct, and I borrowed Killer Instinct from him along with his Super Nintendo, and then he just said, you might as well keep it, and gave me all of his games. This was in those. So I have owned a copy of Chrono Trigger, bought from new, I've never had to find a copy of it. It just was in the collection, given to me along with the Super Nintendo, all free. And actually, that's one of the Nintendos you see me play on. So, yep. Hard to beat Chrono Trigger for free. Contra 3, because yes. I actually kind of like that tanning, Dale. I don't know. It's one of those things that it makes the cart look sweet. But anyway, Contra 3, because Contra 3 is one of my favorite games. I found this in a thrift store for $1.25. So it's in pretty good condition for $1.25. Demon's Crest. I searched high and low for this cart because I did not want to pay the price tag on it, and indeed I did not pay the price tag on it. Oh yeah, Ken and Ryu's junkyard. Yep. Oh yeah, I love this shirt, man. But yeah, Demon's Crest, we gotta play it. I've never actually played it, so this is that's on the line. Thumb, DKC 1, 2, and 3. And we're gonna play all 3 of them, starting with this one today. So I've played Donkey Kong a little bit, but we'll get to this in a little bit. And thanks, Omega. We'll get to this in a little bit, but I'll talk more about this on the stream today, since we are streaming this today. Earthbound, which you guys saw in the RPG series. Very happy to have found this card and picked it up. I got it just before the prices went through the roof, so I picked it up just in time. But, yep, I found it. So, there's not much to say about that, because I've said most of it on stream. That's funny, Omega, because I feel like my collection in the community is one of the smaller and crappier ones, but thank you, man. I appreciate it. Final Fantasy II. Final Fantasy III. Final Fantasy III was given to me along with the Super Nintendo, so same story as Chrono Trigger. I've had it since I first got everything. This I'd never owned until about 6 months ago, and I was like, man, I just have to have a copy of Final Fantasy IV, and so I picked this up. I am not the biggest fan of Final Fantasy IV. I think 5 is an insane improvement, but yeah, it's what it is. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Oddly enough, this was supposed to come with that Super Nintendo one my buddy gave to me, but it got lost. So right before he gave me the SNES, he lost his copy. And at Sega last year, I found this for like $8. So I picked it up. I've never actually played it. I want to play this on stream, but just, I don't know. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I don't know how interested people are in that, though. Illusion of Gaia. So I love this series. This is my least favorite game in this series. I don't really like Illusion of Gaia in a lot of ways, but it is a good game, and it's fun. It's just, I don't know. There's stuff to say about it, but we'll play this sometime, because I'm going to do ActRaiser, Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia, Terranigma as a collection. But that's a thing. Killer Instinct is arguably... So Street Fighter II is probably my favorite fighting game of all time, but Killer Instinct is the only thing that could possibly knock it off that top tier. Or not, not knock it off the top tier, but just knock it off as the number one place. I love this game. I have literally played this game until my thumbs bled. I have worn my thumbs raw playing this game. I love Killer Instinct. So I don't know how or when we'll play it, but there's got to be a way. Kirby Superstar. I don't own Kirby 3, but man, this game is... Oh, good. By the way, I forgot to mention, Killer Instinct is the reason that I own a Super Nintendo, because it was the reason I asked my buddy to borrow it, and then that led to him giving it to me. So, yeah, just saying. That's why I have it. Yep. So, Kirby Superstar. I don't own Kirby 3. But, yeah, this thing's a lot of fun. We should play this just in a good, fun Friday. But it's been a long time since I've played it. Link to the Past. This is the first Super Nintendo cart that I bought. I bought this for $1 at a thrift store, and I have never, ever, ever let it go. Nor will I ever let it go. This is one of my favorite games of all time. It deserves it. I think it's the best Zelda game. Blah, 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 blah. You guys have heard my spiel on this. But yes, gotta love this game. Lufia and the Fortress of Doom, and Lufia, the Rise of the Sinestrals. I can never remember the name of the second one. So we will yeah, we will play both of these on the stream sometime soon. I think I'm going to play Lufia 2 first, and then we'll play Lufia 1. I've never played either of them, and we're gonna. Not much to say about it. I don't have much experience with it, so yeah. Put those back in the right order. I did. Okay. What? Maximum Carnage? Red? Yes. Yes. You guys know what I think about this. I like it. I have some serious issues with it, and we might play it again sometime, but I found the gameplay loop to be overall frustrating, and yeah, not my favorite thing of all time, but good. I'm glad it's in the collection. It deserves to be. Here's the one that will make Dale wet his pants. So Mega Man X 1, 2, and 3. So I've owned Mega Man X basically since day one. Yeah, it was one of those things, but it is what it is. Mega Man X3 and X2, I don't like 2. I love 3. So it's sort of the same as Ninja Gaiden. Number 1, great. Number 2, eh. Number 3, one of my favorites of all time. And I told myself I was in a situation to get a Christmas bonus at work, and Mega Man X3 is expensive, and I told myself if the bonus was beyond a certain amount, that I would just chunk the cash down and buy X2 and X3. And yeah, the bonus was like twice what I expected, so I bought X3. And then, you know, I had to buy X2. And funny story, the first 2 X3s I bought got canceled. So this is actually the third one that I ended up purchasing. Mortal Kombat 2, because I got them. I don't like them. Gotta play it on the Sega Genesis. Can't play it on the Super Nintendo. We'll get to that in a moment. And NBA Jam, because NBA Jam rocks. Ninja Gaiden Trilogy. It's in garbage condition, but it's really expensive and it's really rare, so I found one and got it. But yeah, that's it. Robotrek. We need to play this. We need to play this game. It's really silly, it's really dumb, but it's really fun, and I love this company. They're too goofy, but we need to play Robotrek. Secret of Evermore and Secret of Mana, because you gotta. Yeah, you gotta. Shadowrun is one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. We need to play this. I've never played the Genesis version, but I do own it. So we will play Shadowrun sometime here in the near future. That is high on my list. Soul Blazer, which I've already mentioned, is one of my favorite RPGs of all time. I love this game. It does not get enough love. It gets a lot of love, and it still doesn't get enough love. I do not have Super Turrican, actually, Thumb. Star Fox. I'm going to tear through these guys. We've got to if we're going to make it to the stream on time. Points if you got the My Fair Lady reference. So I'm just going to show off pretty much what I've got at this point. Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and Super Street Fighter 2 for the Super Nintendo. So we've got them for the Famicom and for the Nintendo. Whoops. It's alright. There's the collection. Super Smash TV got put in the wrong spot. And Thumb, that is absolutely the case. I agree entirely. Super Bomberman, Super Double Dragon. Yeah, I do. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Most of the time, if I've got it for the Super Famicom and it was released for both, I have both. The only exception to that, I think literally the only exception to that, is is Mega Man 7 and Mega Man Soccer. And I will own those sometime, just, yeah, not now. It's too expensive. Alright. Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World. Unless you want them separately, which I've got those two. Whoop, I've got those two. Super Mario Kart. And Mario RPG. So there's the full cadre of Super Mario games on the Super Nintendo. Yes, I'm trying to find a way. I might have a way. It might be worth doing an emulator for that, just to be able to play the ROMs online. But that's the thing. Yeah, no, way better. Super Metroid and Turtles in Time. How's that to finish off the Super Nintendo collection? So that is my Super Nintendo collection. I have two other carts for PAL. Super Mario All-Stars for PAL just to test a cart, and then I ended up getting Terranigma CIB. This thing is practically mint. I cannot wait to play it. I've never played Terranigma. It's one of the games I've been obsessed with for years. I've specifically held off to stream it, and it's killing me. But we gotta play the others in the series first. I picked this up for a song, and it came CIB. It wasn't labeled CIB, but it came CIB with manual, with everything in beautiful condition. So I can't wait to share this one with you guys. It's an obsession. It will happen. Alright. Now for Nintendo 64. So Bomberman 64, which is a really bad game. Really bad game. Clay Fighter 63 and a third, because I told you I'm obsessed with Clay Fighter. Donkey Kong 64. GoldenEye, because everyone who has a 64 has a copy of GoldenEye, right? Killer Instinct Gold. What was that, Omega? Yeah, no, I got it. It's a great game. Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask. Mario Kart 64. I don't have too much love for the 64 in general. I mean, it's a fine system, but that's why I'm tearing through these games, because I don't have too many stories about them. I do have Paper Mario, though. This has to be played on stream. We will get to the Paper Mario series. We will do Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door at least on stream. So that's a thing. And Thumb, I will not ever play Majora's Mask on stream. I don't like that game. Perfect Dark. Quest 64, because I have a weakness for this game. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I just love it for some reason. Resident Evil 2. How's that for pulling it out of my backside? Star Fox 64. Super Smash Bros. Got this for $1 and it looks like it. Super Mario 64. We will also never play that on stream. I probably will. Super Mario 64 was amazing when it came out. I actually think that it has just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that game, guys. It's a great game, but it has not aged well in my opinion. In fact, I would argue that it has aged the poorest of all of them. Yeah, no, it was $1 well spent. It really was. I broke a controller learning how to play NES. Alright, now we'll get through the GameCube, and then we'll tear through the Sega. Man, Sega always gets dumped on a little bit. It's even last here, and I don't want it to be. Alright, Baten Kaitos. I don't really care about this game, but I'd buy that for $1. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. You guys saw me open this recently on stream. I got it for next to nothing compared to how much it sells for. It's in great condition. F-Zero GX. We need to do F-Zero GX on Getting Good because it's a thing. Dale out. Hey, Mazin. Majora's Mask is just one. I don't know. We will also play. How's that? Ikaruga original printing on the GameCube. We will play this as a Getting Good. I love Ikaruga. The Zelda Master Collection. Four Swords Adventure. I do want to play that on stream. Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. Yeah, it's kind of bad that I don't own the Super Nintendo F-Zero, though. Mega Man Anniversary Collection for giggles because I didn't have an original Nintendo. That's how I played them. Mega Man X Collection because I didn't have X2 and X3. So that's why I've got that. Mario Kart Double Dash. That took me a hot... Whoops, wrong side. That took me a hot second to find. I think F-Zero GX is the best F-Zero, personally, but that's why I own that one. Metroid Prime and Metroid Prime 2. Ingeniouses, that should look somewhat familiar. We will play both of these two after we've had time to come off of the awesome showing that IG has done, and after he finishes the trilogy, we will do the trilogy ourselves. Namco Museum, for some insane reason, don't care. Just on the... I can't get rid of a cartridge, so that's why it's there. Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door. Resident Evil 4. We do need to play this. Yeah. With manual. Soul Calibur 2 for the Cube. Super Mario Sunshine. Smash Melee. X-Men Legends. We will play this with the wife, I think. And X-Men Legends 2. I want to play both of those, but it will be a bit. Alright, let's get on to the Sega games. Though you have all seen a lot of these, so... actually, I guess not. Alex Kidd and Miracle World, which is... it took me forever to find this card. I didn't even know what it was. I've also got Soul Calibur 2 for the PS2 thumb. And I might pick it up for... the Xbox since I have the other two, but I don't know about that. But Alex Kidd Miracle World took me forever to find, and I finally found a copy and found it with the Master System. Double Dragon for the Master System. Ninja Gaiden, which you guys saw. Phantasy Star. Psycho Fox. Rampage. We gotta play Rampage on stream one day just for giggles. Like maybe we'll do a day of like Snake Rattle and Roll, Rampage, and just do a few fun games, silly games on different systems. Shinobi for the Master System. I was looking forward to playing this until I saw one of the later ones with E.C. Myers. I told you, Omega, every single one of these things has been played on original hardware, original cartridge. So when you saw it on the Sega Master System on the Getting Good, that was the real deal. Wonder Boy, which one is this? In Monsterland, and then Wonder Boy 3. So all of the Wonder Boys on the Master System. I need to get in Monsterland for the Genesis. It's just I don't know. It just costs too much. I just can't bring myself to do it yet. So when I find a copy nice and cheap, I'll pick it up. The Addams Family. Altered Beast, which I picked up just for Halloween hype. So, yeah, no worries, Ace. I said that a little fast because I'm trying to tear through these before the stream starts. But Bram Stoker's Dracula, Castlevania Bloodlines, Yeah, we need to come back and beat this one. Comic Zone. I really want to play this. I didn't notice until recently the scuffing on the front of the cartridge. I really want to get a copy of Comic Zone in like really good condition. It drives me nuts that isn't. But Contra Hardcore and Decap Attack. So you guys don't know this about me, but I hate Urban Strike for the Super Nintendo. I own a copy. You'll notice that it was not listed in the Super Nintendos. That's because every single time I need to test something and I'm not sure what my mod has done for voltage and I might burn out a cart, I use my copy of Urban Strike because if I'm going to destroy a game, it's going to be that one. And there's a joke. Have a go with Thumb. But there's a joke going around amongst my friends that I should buy a gigantic stack of Urban Strikes and just like burn through them because I hate that game. So when I ordered a game and they sent me Desert Strike for free, you can imagine what my impression was. It's over here because I refused to destroy a game, and I understand that this is a good one. We will never play this. I will never play this. It will never be on stream. If somebody really wants this cartridge, I will probably be willing to just straight up stone cold give it to you. So if anyone out there wants Desert Strike Return to the Gulf for the Sega Genesis, I hate this thing. I will happily send it to you. Let me know. It's just taking up space. Speaking of taking up space, I don't have Earthworm Jim 2. Here's number 1, but I don't have 2 for the Genesis. So the space, really, that Desert Strike is taking is just a placeholder space for Earthworm Jim 2. Ghosts and Goblins. And this is one I know a lot of you will appreciate. It's a pity Thumb isn't going to see this, but there's Gunstar Heroes, guys. I did find a copy. I actually have had this for I have had this for a few months, but stone cold something. High Seas Havoc. There you go. This is because of Mazen Power. You jerk. But I found a copy. It's in really good condition too. But yeah, I was watching you play. It looked really fun, so I picked it up. Krusty's Super Fun House because it was given to me. Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. Here's a nice one though. Phantasy Star 2, 3, and 4. We obviously will be going through all of these. And Shadowrun for the Genesis. We absolutely have to play this. I am so psyched for that. I cannot wait. But I gotta do the Super Nintendo one first because I know it. It's just my thing in my head. Shining Force and Shining Force 2. The Revenge of Shinobi and Shinobi 3. I want a copy of Shinobi 3 in good condition. I don't have it. This one I got this at a pawn shop for, again, like $1.50. And it's in garbage condition, but it plays, so whatever. It's one of my favorite games of all time. But same thing with Super Ghouls and Ghosts. My Super Ghouls and Ghosts card is trashed. But what are you going to do? Sonic 1, as you guys saw. I did find a copy of Sonic, so I'd like to just point this one out. Let's create a mess. Why not? You ready, guys? I bought a new copy of Sonic 2. You think that copy's a little bit beat up? It's trashed. So anyway, I did end up finding a copy. And they're cheap, so I was like, yeah, let's just do it. And then, of course, Sonic 3... and Knuckles. This one is for you, Omega and Thumb. Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition on the Genesis. I don't know when I picked this up. I don't know where I picked this up. I don't know how I picked this up. But I've had this for a long time. And I'm really glad I have it. Because it's kind of hard to find. Apparently. I didn't know that, but yep. Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3. We gotta play these. They are so good. 3 is iffy. But, yeah, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna do it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hyperstone Heist. This took me a while to find and pick up. So I'm super stoked to play this on stream as well. I think this is another one I'll get, like, if Dale's willing to come over and play a game with me, or my buddy Joe Mega, either of those guys, then yeah, that's a thing. And then X-Men and X-Men 2, just because I love these games. I don't know why I love these games, but I can't not have these. They're quintessential. You guys know Sonic CD. Just picked that up for a song. It took me almost 20 years. There it is, guys. Symphony of the Night for the Saturn. And it's in almost mint condition. Yeah, I mean, the plastic case is the only thing. But yeah, it's... Woo! Yes. Oh, yes. And then, to follow that up, Shining Force 3, Scenario 1, 2, and 3, also all basically in, like, super close to mint condition. Oh, yes. Yes. And if that's all I owned, I would be happy with that collection. And then X-Men versus Street Fighter, because... Yes. The disappointing thing is the back is missing from this one. So, I actually, if anyone has an extra back for the Japanese, it's the only Japanese, but if anyone has the back for this, I'm interested. Robotica was sent to me as part of something I had to buy a Model 1 Saturn in order to mod it for discless. So Robotica just came with the Saturn. I don't care, but it's actually pretty fun. We'll play this sometime just as a goof-off game. And then the only Saturn game I owned for a long time was Worldwide Soccer, so don't judge me. Alright, Dreamcast. Let's get to that. Marvel vs. Capcom. Hard to beat? Oh, is that it? Okay. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So there's the pair. Silver. I think Jameson Spectrix likes this game a lot. So yeah, I own a copy. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Whoops, let's get that in a little bit better. Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure 2. Space Channel 5. This was actually unopened. I opened it because I'm a jerk. The original Shenmue. And Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Took me a long time to actually get that. And actually, guys, hold on a sec. I've got a really cool little teaser. Let me go get something real fast. I just got this. I just found these not too long ago. You ready? A Saturn save cart. plus a 1 and 4 megabyte RAM upgrade. I got all of them. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe finding these things. I did not think that I would own this, but I did manage to find them. So just kind of a cool, like, little teaser. All right, we're done with. So you'll notice the way this is organized is Nintendo, sort of by timeline, into Genesis, and then since the PlayStation came last, PlayStation is last. And I'll get to Xbox too, but you'll see why I say that. Let me just pull these out. So this is a prized thing, Arc the Lad collection. Really, yeah, I do too, K-City. It's the best way to go, but it won't work on a modded Saturn. So I have to have the RAM cards in order to play X-Men versus Street Fighter. Go figure. This is one of my prized pieces of my collection. Is the Arc the Lad collection. Just love this. Love this. We've got to play Arc the Lad sometime soon. Dale will like these. Breath of Fire 3 and 4. We will also play those. Bushido Blade. Too often forgotten, does not get enough love. This game is insane. It is so much fun. If you haven't played this, go find a way to play it. It's so cool. That one's for you, Omega. Oh, yeah. It's in pretty good condition, too. Again, the back insert was missing, so I made one, but does have the original front. Chrono Cross, which people will love or hate, so be it. Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. Yes, the Final Fantasy 7 is the greatest hits, and so is 9, but whatever, we'll live. Final Fantasy Tactics. One of my favorites of all time, Jet Moto. I love this game. This game does not get enough love, by the way. This is a super fun one. If you've never played it, you should. Here's one that most people don't know. If you like FromSoft and you like Demon's Souls and Dark Souls, then here's Kingsfield 1 and 2. Obviously, I don't have the Japanese one, which is the original one, but I can't actually find a copy of it. But I do have the 2 American releases. So we need to play these at some point. They're really weird games, and they're souls hard, and they're sort of in the way of like Wizardry 8. So we'll play them at some point, but gotta find out a good spot for that.
How far have you gotten?
Almost in the PS2. Legend of the Dragoon. Sounds like there's a disc loose in here, actually. There is a disc loose in here. Long story on this one. We'll play it on stream, and I'll tell the full story behind this game. But basically, I used to have an original copy, Black Label, and the whole 9, and an ex-girlfriend stole it. So, that sucks. Really bad. But I do still have a copy of it. Mega Man Legends 1 and 2. Oh, wait, no, sorry, Mega Man 8. And then Mega Man Legends 1 and 2. This is my least favorite Mega Man. I think this game is horrible. But so be it. I think Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 are both great. We need to play those really badly. Parasite Eve. Definitely need to play this. Tekken 3, Twisted Metal, and Vandal Hearts to round out the PlayStation collection. So my PlayStation collection kind of sucks. I don't really have that much in it, and it is very, very, very lean. But it's just, I don't know. It was one of those systems that I never really owned much for. I owned the PlayStation 2, not the PlayStation 1. So, what are you going to do? And now they're all so pricey that I kind of can't afford to pick them up. All right. Let's go for the rest, guys. Let's go for the rest. Alrighty. Arc the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits. I loved this game until the very end of the game, and then it became one of my least favorite games of all time because of how crappy the ending is and how crappy New Game Plus is. So, game, great. End, horrible. New game, extra horrible. Verdict, ruined game for me. We might need to come back to it, though, and give it another shot. That was from my teenage years, and I was much more emotional about that then. Armored Core 3, I suck at that game, but it is fun. I do have a copy of Armored Core 9-Breaker, but it's not here for some reason. This is my version of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. That's the only reason I own this collection, but there it is. Capcom vs. SNK 2, because I like the PlayStation 2 version the most, so there it is. Castlevania Lament of Innocence and Castlevania Curse of Darkness. I love Lament of Innocence. I always had a lot of trouble getting into Curse of Darkness, but I need to play this game more, just to give it a real fair shake. Contra Shattered Soldier, I think, is one of the underrated Contras. I actually really like this game. I think it's a lot of fun. If you've never played it, you should check it out. DDR Max, because you gotta have a DDR game in your PlayStation 2 collection, right? Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3. It's good. I do have it, but I gave it to a buddy of mine, Zombie. Yeah. But, yep, Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3. We should play those at some point. Well, we should play the original. I don't have much desire to play the others, but Dynasty Warriors 4, it's the only game I've ever played in this genre, and I got it for $2.50 in a used store, and I played it basically one night, all night long with a buddy of mine, and it was great, and I've never picked it up again, but for what that's worth. Fatal Frame 1, 2, and 3. So, when we make it to 1,000, we're going to play this on a late night stream with a bottle of scotch. I made that promise. I'm sticking to it. So help us get there, and you'll get to see me play a horror game that I am absolutely, categorically terrified of while sipping on a bottle of scotch. Just saying. Final Fantasy X. I don't know why, but I just had to have it, so I have it. Ugh. Gauntlet Dark Legacy. I love this game. This game is so much fun. I actually want the Gauntlet for the 64 as well, but that game's kind of hard to find and it's kind of pricey. It's kind of weird, but hey Leo, welcome, man. Welcome. The original God of War. Gradius 3 and 4. Grandia 2. This is another one in my huge top 5 RPGs of all time on console. Grandia 2 is right up there. If I had to guess, my favorite RPGs of all time on console would probably be Final Fantasy V, Chrono Trigger. If you count Link to the Past, then it would be there, and Grandia 2. So yeah, it's just one of those. It's one of those things. Guilty Gear X, because if you only want to play a fighting game for 13 seconds, then this is your thing. Here's another little gem most people don't remember, iNinja. This game is crazy how good it is. It's also crazy how hard it is. This might be a good game for a getting good, actually. Maybe F-Zero GX and iNinja would be like a good series of just like sort of Ikaruga, that kind of stuff. Maybe we should do that. Just sort of like fun later games that are good for getting goods. The original Killzone, boy, do the controls not age well on this. They weren't good at the time. They're even worse now. But we have it. Kingdom Hearts. And then the King's Field for the PlayStation 2. Oh, yes. Maximo Ghost of Glory. And Army of Zim. We will play both of these on the channel sometime in the very near future. Well, very near future is an exaggeration, but sometime soon here. Mercenaries, because if you've got to just blow something up, play this game. The Metal Slug Anthology, because I don't have a Neo Geo. This is the next best thing. Although this anthology is actually really good and definitely worth it. Oni, which is one of my favorites. I've never beaten this game. It's really hard, but that game is really, really good. I had it for the PC for the longest time. It's really hard to get to run on the PC now, so I want to try the PlayStation 2 version and see if it's any better. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Shinobi. This game is so fun and so hard. Again, never beaten this. I got to the spider boss, I think, where you have to start doing tates to the bosses, and I could just never do it. Might be able to now. SNK Arcade Classics of Volume 1. I own that for a specific reason, and I can't remember what the reason is. Soul Calibur 2 for the PlayStation 2. Soul Nomad and the World Eaters. I want to play this game. I've heard of it, but I've never actually played it. A buddy of mine gave it to me. So, Star Ocean, Sands of Time. Not actually a big fan of this game, but I can't get rid of games once I have them. So, Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. This is the first way I was able to play Street Fighter 3 Third Strike until I finally found a copy of Third Strike for the Saturn. So there you go. Tekken Tag, Tekken 4, and Tekken 5, because yes, I love Tekken, by the way, guys, if you didn't know. And that rounds out the PlayStation 2 collection. And now we'll get to the Xbox collection. There it is. That's it. There you go. That's the Xbox collection.
I don't know if you can have room.
It's
for
the
your Xbox
only
collection.
it's the only reason I own an OG Xbox. Right there. That's it.
Now you own 2 OG Xboxes.
So there are some other games for the original Xbox that I should probably own, but I'm just saying that's it. And we do need to play this game. Like, we really, really do need to play this game. My setup needs to be tweaked in order to play it, but yeah. Okay, guys. Welcome back, Joaquin. Unfortunately, we are about to go start the Getting Good, so that gives me about 10 minutes to set up for our Getting Good today. But I actually just had to get another one, Omega, because I turned on my old Xbox, and it popped a breaker on a power strip, popped a breaker on the Xbox's power supply, and caught on fire. So my original OG Xbox is so dead. I'm keeping it for parts if there's anything salvageable. But yeah, kind of funny story on that one.
Hey, what's that burning
But
stuff?
alright, guys, thank you for joining. I'm gonna go get set up for the Getting Good, which will start in 15 minutes. But it's right, Omega. It's so ridiculous. But thank you guys so much for getting us to 100. That's unbelievable. We've grown after that even. It's just the whole experience has really been somewhat surreal. I mean, especially with like everything else going on, of just being with having a child and everything going on around the world, and with everything, like the whole experience has been surreal. But this has been a huge, really positive experience, a really good time, and it's really, it's an honor to be a part of this community and to be streaming with and for you guys, and I can't thank you guys enough. All of the stuff behind me, with the exception of the Wii games, we will get to the Wii games. Like, we're going to play Metroid Prime 3. That's the only one that I'm going to go out of the sort of the retro style and bring into the modern era. Because if we play Metroid Prime 1 and 2, we kind of have to play 3. But it's just one of those things. Thank you, Omega. That means a lot, man. It really does. Like, your guys' opinions have really meant a lot, and they've kept me going, you know. And this is one of those things that looking at this stuff, this is always a positive place to come, whether we're streaming or whether we're watching one of your streams, just however we're doing it, it's always a good time, it's always a positive time, and it's an honor to be a part of it. So thank you. Anything behind me is fair game. If you guys want to see it, DM me, let me know. I want to do a dedicated stream for all of you guys. Obviously, Omega, I did that yesterday, but I don't mind doing another one, right? Like, I really want to push the community. So Zombie, Friday the 13th is going to be in your name, man. I bought the cart specifically because of you for Halloween. So, you know, that's something that one's for you, man. But, you know, I've got a Donkey Kong Country today is basically for Thumb. It's not in the title, but you know, I'm playing it because of him, and I'll get to that when the stream starts. But you guys, if there's something you want to see, if there's something that you're like, man, that is my gaming life, and you let me know, I'll dedicate that stream to you. So let me know, and I'll do it. And if you don't tell me, I'll find a way to do it. But guys, I'll see you in about 10-15 minutes, and we'll start getting good on Donkey Kong Country. Thanks for showing up. Thank you for the 100 subscribers. We'll see you guys in a few minutes, and we'll keep on trucking.